and see if it's too much, okay? All these, and then we're going to
put it in my sweater.
Cool. That'll work. It'll work.
No, just going to leave it on my lap. I don't think you can see it, so.
No.
Maybe from up there you can.
No, still can't.
No?
No.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Like who you are, where you're from, just first off.
My name is Kaylee Veneman. I am from Buffalo, New York. I live in Truckee, California now. And yeah,
And where is it now that you're working?
I mean, this is bad. We need to redo this.
Okay.
Right?
You want to start again?
Yeah, that was bad.
3, 2, 1. This just helps for sound purposes. So, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? Just your name, where you're from?
First, you gotta stop smiling at me and thinking it's funny because that's gonna cause a problem for me.
Okay.
Like, are you gonna be doing that to everybody? Like,
I do smile at people.
it's fucking weird and it's uncomfortable.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Get it together, Sean.
I'm together. So,
Come on.
why don't you just tell me your name, where you're from, and how you got here?
Fuck, you already got me in this fucking mood now. I have
It's
to
okay.
get out of it. Do you have these written down or are you just asking me
I'm
like?
asking you right now. I'm just winging it.
You're just winging it?
Mhm.
Okay. Alright, ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1. So can you just tell me your first and last name and where you're from and how you ended up here?
Okay, my name is Kaylee Veneman. I'm from Buffalo, New York, originally, and I have found my way out to Truckee, California. Originally for snowboarding, not for tattoos, but
Okay, so you're a tattoo artist now.
yeah, well, apprentice tattoo artist.
Okay. How does one become how does one even get into tattooing? Was there a moment for you to like, I need a tattoo?
I remember seeing people with tattoos when I was younger, and I thought it was like super cool, but neither of my parents really said anything about it. It wasn't like a good or a bad thing. I thought they were cool, and then I got my first tattoo in New York before the first time I moved out, and I was really nervous, and I used to work, like I kind of worked at that shop. I would answer the phones and clean up, and that was my real first job. And then I got my first tattoo there, and I was super nervous, and it wasn't as bad as
What was
I
the
thought.
name of the place that you went? Remember?
Oh my gosh, I don't remember it. That was when I was like 17, so no,
Okay.
I do not remember that. Oh God, it'll come to me. I'll remember it at some point.
That's fine.
But his name is Joe,
Okay.
and he like specializes in American traditional, so like a lot of American flags and stuff. That is not what I have. That's not what I have. But yeah, it wasn't bad, and then from there I just wanted to, I wanted to be part of it, because I like, everything I do is kind of based around art and drawing and painting and every medium I can think of, really. So I've wanted to do it for a long time, but I finally
How
came
long?
back around to it. Since then, so since I was 17 to 30, help me with that math,
13 years.
13, yeah, there you go, 13 years, and I've tried. It's not something that you can just apply for.
Why not?
It's kind of like a trade where you have to find someone to apprentice under, like you would as, I'm pretty sure people that build houses are apprentice under people like contractors and stuff like that, or anything that's trade based, if you were going to be blacksmith or something. I don't know if that's a real thing anymore, but yeah, you got to find somebody that's willing to teach you. And that's kind of like a big undertaking for somebody, is to have someone that doesn't know what they're doing kind of hanging around the whole time and having to work and have the pressure of putting something on someone that's going to be permanent and make sure they're having a good experience while they also have a little like lingerer, like not saying something wrong or whatever. So you have to find the right person.
Okay, and did you apprentice with Joe at all?
Had I decided to stay in New York, I would have. I would have for sure. He was a friend of my dad's. We got along. Like, I handled, everything. But I was young, so it was like having somebody that's in their 50s when I'm 17. It's like there's a generational thing there where it was like, I'm going to come off arrogant no matter what. I know I was arrogant when I was 17, so I was like, I could do this. And it's like, I don't know if I would have been able to handle the pressure of it with not having experience from other fields before.
So Joe was your first inception of being introduced. Well, other than seeing it, you're saying that. So
other than seeing it on people.
First experience, and he gave you your first tattoo. What was your first tattoo?
It's like a henna style, like flowers and like a little triangle, like on my back, like spine area.
Okay.
But.
And of course, everybody wants to know when they get tattoos, does it hurt?
Yeah. It's it hurts. I mean, it's yeah. I gotta not say it fucking hurts. Yeah, it's needles. Like it's needles in your skin. Some spots hurt more than others. It depends on, I mean, I prefer over the bone, and most people do not. Most people prefer it like over muscly, kind of fat areas, whereas like I prefer fingers and face.
I was gonna say, I see that you have some tattoos on your face, your hand. Are there any areas that gave you more trouble than others?
My forearms. That like forearm stuff. This all hurt. This hurt. I would rather have my hands worked on 100% than have this done. And then, I mean, the back of the arm not so much, but this inside soft stuff, that sucks.
Okay.
My neck kind of sucked, like it's not as bad when you first start, but after a couple hours of doing it, it was, no, that was torture.
So where is you have tattoos, you were in New York, you almost apprenticed there, but it didn't happen. What are some of the factors that negated you from tattooing early on?
With Joe, it was only because I moved. Okay. I chose to go snowboarding. I had an opportunity to go, where I didn't really have to pay for anything, and I was like, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to do that, art's going to always be there, but, my knees won't. So I took off and went snowboarding for a little bit. In between doing snowboarding and other, jobs and stuff like that, like, I tried finding other apprentices, or like apprenticeships under other people, but it was like I didn't really find the right person to. It's a lot of no's for the most part. Either they're just not interested in apprenticing with someone, or they'll ask you to pay for an apprenticeship, which is like thousands of dollars, and I just don't have that. So, I need to find somebody that I get along with, because I'm going to spend most of my time kind of in close quarters with somebody. It's not like like a typical job training where you have somebody and then they leave you on your own. You're kind of consistently with that person, so you kind of get into their business and their personal life and all this stuff. So trying to find the right person that you're going to get along with is difficult, and it's hard to. Most tattoo artists that own shops and are dudes, so trying to bring a lady into a guy's kind of environment needs to be handled appropriately. So there's that too. So up until this point, I haven't really found anybody that I've wanted to, and I would have pushed through and dealt with whatever just because I wanted to do it. But this was something I like kept pushing for because I like the environment here.
And who is your teacher here?
Mark Larson. He owns Truth Tattoo in Truckee, and he when I came into the shop, I had gone to another shop in town and asked about it, and they were just not, it wasn't fun. It wasn't a great experience with them. They were just that typical arrogant, like, tattoo artist, like, I'm super cool, like, attitude, and like, oh, I have something that you want, like, what are you going to do for it? And it's like, oh, yuck, So I came here and asked Mark, and he was really nice and forward with me and said, I have an apprentice, Austin, who's also here, and still apprenticing, and he was like, I'm focused on Austin, and he's my attention right now. Maybe by next summer, if you're still interested, come back and we'll talk about it then. And I just kind of kept crawling up his ass and staying on his radar until he finally said, yeah, let's give it a shot. So
cool. So it's you, Austin, and Mark in this shop.
Yeah.
And do you all do the same thing? Do you have different styles? Do you guys specialize in things?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm relatively new to it, but I would prefer to specialize in, like, neo-traditional, really colorful, kind of cartoon style, but not too more, not where it goes into, like, new school, and then, like, spooky shit, like little scary little three-eyed monster bite your face off, creepy little butterflies with little, like, things. And then Austin does a lot of, like, geometry and, like, shit that breaks my brain when I look at it, like, really tedious, like you're looking through a kaleidoscope. Like, it's super cool, but I just, like, I can't even, like, look at it and comprehend what it is. Like, I don't know. I would never be able to even conceptualize an idea like that. So it's cool what he comes up with. Like, he did piano keys that were just something else. So then Mark kind of does everything, really. He kind of specializes in, like, painter style, like, really blended colors, realistic. He likes to do portraits, and I have no interest in portraits, ever. Please don't bring me a portrait of anything, ever. So I don't want to do it unless you want it to look like a scary portrait of what you're looking for. Like, please don't bring it to me, because bring that to Mark. I'll show you to the guy with that stuff. But yeah, he does a lot of everything. He's done some pretty cool, like, new school stuff and American traditional, but yeah, it's mostly, like, painter. I don't really know how to describe it other than paintery.
Okay. So if a person wants to come in and get a tattoo with COVID and everything right now, how does one go about doing that?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have changed. I kind of came into this right as my apprenticeship officially started in August, which was, like, right after COVID. It was supposed to start earlier, and then COVID happened. So that kind of put a stop on everything. And then so when I came back, there's all these new protocols. So what we do is we send an email. You contact us. We tell you, okay, like, we'll set a time for you to come in for a consult to talk to, Mark or myself or Austin or whoever's going to be tattooing you. And so then what we do is they come in, we wear our masks, we do the, we sterilize here. What do you...
The temperature thing?
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry.
Well, good luck
Carry on.
Cutting through that.
I will.
Yeah. So come in, you wear the mask thing. We, we're all wearing a mask in here. This is a private studio. This isn't the door stays locked until we don't have walk-ins here, unless the door is open and somebody makes it to the stairs. But then we're like, who are you? We know who's coming in and out because they're scheduled. So we do the mask thing. They come in, we do the temperature, like the forehead little clicker thing, and then we go over what you want, and it's usually a custom tattoo. There's a lot of people that come through and want portraits of their dogs or family members, which, again, it's Mark. I don't even know how to tell you. I just don't want to do it. It's not that I don't care. I just don't want to fuck up a portrait. So that's kind of how I feel about that. It's like, I don't want your dog to look like a pig. I have a tattoo of my old dog that now looks like a pig. So I wouldn't want to do that to somebody. So you talk about what you want, wear the masks and stuff. We also tell everybody that, if for whatever reason that they get sick, within 2 weeks of being here, we ask that they give us a call and let us know. And then vice versa. Like if any of us get sick, we'll call all of our clients for the last 2 weeks and let them know that, there was possible exposure. We are in close contact with people, like while we're doing tattoos, because it's like hours. It's not a quick process. It's
Right.
anywhere from it's usually more than an hour, unless it's a small little like touch up or something. It's over an hour. So you figure anywhere from 1 hour touch up to a 7-hour full day session. That's a lot of exposure, even with the mask on. So the thing with it is we keep the fan consistent. Well, it's turned off now, but it's consistently blowing when we have people in here. We have consistent airflow and the windows are open. In the winter, it's going to be a little interesting because the heater's going to be full blast. It gets pretty cold here. And so we also sanitize every touchable surface just for our practices as a tattoo shop alone. It's like medical grade. Like it's got to kill essentially any bloodborne pathogen such as HIV or hepatitis. So there is nothing living on these surfaces when we're done cleaning them. There's no possible way that stuff will peel your skin off your fingers. So, I mean, with it, like, long exposure to it, but like even cleaning, it's like you get a mist of it on your hand and it's itchy. Itchy, very, very itchy. So, we do our best to, everything from light switches to handrails to doorknobs, everything that you could possibly touch on your way in and out of here gets wiped. So that's how COVID's going. Not a ton more, because like that would normally be done anyways, just because where we are, like you don't want somebody, you treat everyone as they're infected with terrible, terrible diseases. So figure if they touch their open wound and then they touch this surface, it's then there, and then if I touch it and I don't want to touch my face now, but oh no, I'm itchy. Oh no. And then you touch your face, that's how you get things. Mm-hmm. So the practice here is anytime you leave the tattoo room, it's in and out, you wash your hands. That's just like you go right to the sink. It becomes a habit forming. Like we have lotion because our hands are so dried out from washing and then being in gloves and all this other stuff. So COVID has only really, we also have a questionnaire that goes out that you fill out before you come in. It says, do you feel sick and all that good stuff. Like same thing as you would go to a doctor or dentist. So we also have that goes out in the email before you come in. So
business hasn't really necessarily changed since you're a private studio, even with COVID.
No, it's just the thing that has changed is how comfortable other people are coming in, because they don't see the cleaning and they don't see what goes on when they're not here. There's a lot of care that goes into keeping this place clean and safe for us. Like we're the ones that are in danger, not necessarily the client. Like yes, they are, but the exposure is that small amount of time that they're here. We're the ones that are here all day. And, if the floor isn't cleaned, I track that home into my own house. Like that comes home with me. So it's like, there's a lot that goes on. So yeah, COVID really hasn't changed that aspect of it. It's more how comfortable, like the clients where Mark was used to being booked out 4 months, now it's only 2 because people are still uncomfortable. People are, they have family members that they don't want to get sick, so they don't come get a tattoo because they're like, we don't want to risk the exposure there and bring it back to my little old lady grandma, so.
Or child or whatever.
Yeah, kids are fine. Yeah, kids are fine.
So so there's 3 of you. Seems that business is not necessarily affected that much, which is a good thing, although I'm sure during the shutdown things were shut down because everyone was shut down.
Oh, shut down completely, yeah, there was no getting around that.
So you haven't been doing it for very long?
No.
But I
Since
see
August.
You have plenty of tattoos. What is the difference, like for example, if you were to come into a shop, like what do you do differently that other tattoo artists that you've been to do that you're not necessarily fond of? Like why would somebody want to come to you?
I think it's I like being here because of the environment that I'm in. This is extremely welcoming and fun, and it's not really like a regular tattoo shop. Like, you kind of come in here and see that Mark has collected none of this stuff is mine. This is all his little tchotchkes all over the place, you know. So it's not the same. It's not as like you go in and everybody's really welcoming here, and like there's only 3 of us, and all 3 of us are gonna come look at what you're getting, you know, unless it's a sensitive tattoo, and then we kind of like respect the boundaries and stuff, which that also happens, and we recognize that very fast. Or like if somebody's, you know, shy or something, it's not gonna be a push or there's a bar outside. Excuse that. Yeah, with the COVID, they can't be inside, so they are outside the door on the other side of the building. That's what you're hearing. So, yeah, it's the experience here as far as, like, it doesn't matter what your tattoo is. Like, yeah, I might not want your portrait. Like, I'm not going to get a portrait on me. I don't like portraits. We've made that pretty clear. I don't like them. I don't really like the way they look. I understand why people get them. My tattoos don't necessarily hold meaning to me. Like, I like them because I like the way they look. I don't like them as being something for myself. I understand why other people do them as, like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. People get their first tattoo and it's like their kid's name. Like, those are all big deals. You know, it's the first thing. It's permanent. It's their child who they love. I mean, that's what people do with kids, you know? Like, I don't love kids. But, so, you know, I get why it's there. I don't like it, but I'm not going to voice that to you. I'm going to make you think that to you, your tattoo is the coolest thing. You have the best idea, and you're so fucking stoked about it that you're going to scratch it into your skin forever. I want to make you understand that, like, I'm as excited for you about the tattoo that I don't even necessarily care about as you are. You know, it's a special day for you, and I want to make sure that you feel that way, and you're not feeling like you're somewhere where, like, oh, there's these cool kids, you know, like, because that's an attitude that's portrayed, and it's just kind of shitty. You go in and you're like, do you think my tattoo's stupid? You know, like, that would make me uncomfortable, and I've been in that situation where I'm like, oh, like, you know, I like my tattoo, and they're just like, oh yeah, okay, like, let's slap it on there. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it's not very welcoming.
It's intimidating. It's intimidating. It's not a fun experience. Like, I had a woman come in last week that wanted her super old dog, looked like a fat little Dracula dog, come in, and she wanted just a footprint with watercolor around it. It's her first tattoo, and it's like, it went a half hour longer than it should have, just because, like, I was laughing so hard I snorted. You know, like, we had a great time, and it was a good experience for her, and she's excited to come back for more. It's like, you want to make sure that their experience is proper. It's a fun thing. This is a fun thing. Yeah, this is not, like, it's not like jailhouse tattoos anymore. Like, you can come in and, like, I mean, I didn't kill anybody. I got tattoos on my face.
That's right.
You know?
Well,
that's not the thing anymore. It's not that attitude. You don't have to be part of the club. You can come in and we put some numbing cream on you and say, you know, if it doesn't have to hurt, why should we make it? You know? You're not trying to have, like, a vision quest here. We're just trying to get your dog print. You know, on your arm. So it's, you know, the attitude is there, but in, like, the opposite direction, where it's like, this is supposed to be your day, and it's fun.
So that's what you try to do, is make everyone feel welcome and comfortable.
Yeah, make it the best experience as I can for somebody. Like, try to make it the experience as I would want to experience it. Mm-hmm. As fun and, like, a great time.
Still getting needles stuck in you, so it might as well be fun.
Yeah, it's not exactly a pleasant experience, so you gotta kind of try to make lemonade out of stabby lemons, you know, so.
So you've only been here for a few months. Do you have goals? Are there tattoo competitions or anything? Do you have any aspirations for your future tattoo artist career?
There are tattoo competitions. I don't know if it's not that I don't have an interest in it. My trajectory here is to find my own style and kind of market that out, and then the people that want to come to me, I don't want to necessarily, like, if you want to come in and get your dog print and, like, that's cute, I'm happy to do that for you, but I also want people to come to me because they genuinely like the art that I'm interested in, so that I don't become somebody who doesn't care about your tattoo. Because when it's consistent creative, or like creativity, like saying that weird. Um, it's consistent. It's like, you kind of get burnt out on it. Like if you're forced to consistently be coming up with creative ideas, and it's not like you have a lot of time. Like, yeah, somebody could book out 3 months, but you have to worry about who's here tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So you only have so much time to work on these things, and you're constantly thinking about like where it's going to go on the body, how it's going to fit, how it's going to look, like what colors should it be. Like you have to take in the client's it's a lot of things to compartmentalize in a small amount of time, and then it goes on them forever. So you want to like, there's the added pressure of that, and it's consistent turnover. You don't have like a week to think about what you're going to paint, or you got a couple hours. So I want to not become somebody who's just doing tattoos for the money, and I want it to be a career job, and obviously I want to be able to eat. I don't want to be a homeless tattoo artist, but I want people to come to me because they like what I do. Like, yeah, I can still give you your paw print, but I want people to come to me because they want a spooky paw print. Like I like that weird shit. So if you want some weird shit, I want you to want to come to me with it. And the tattoo competitions, I think, will come once that comfort level is there, where I can show up and be in a convention. Ooh, I don't know if it's going to happen for a while because of COVID, which is nice. It gives me some time to, like, figure it out. But, yeah, that'll come with time.
So your aspiration is just really to develop your own style, it sounds like.
Yeah. Have people come to me for that, not for, I got drunk and I want this tattoo with my best friend. Like, I'll do it for you guys. Like, that's cute. Like, I'll do it once in a while because it's fun and I like your energy. But, like, I want to be an artist, not a, like, tourist attraction. Gotcha. Essentially. There's a lot of lake and bear paw prints here, so.
Good. For a second, pause. I don't know where to go from here. I kind of answered you. I asked all my questions. We have plenty of material already.
Yep.
So if we can be done, if you'd like to be done, or if you can think of anything else that you'd like to say to kind of put a bow on it, you may.
No, I think we got it. I think it covers everything.
I thought so.
I talk enough.
Well, yeah, but that's the whole point.
Yeah, I think you got plenty of.
I got lots of stuff. So
that you can like cut it up and look through there.
Well, I'm also going to